This segment sponsored by Sinak.
I am here at Bookter and Sinak Law Office, which is Indiana's injury attorneys. They have been serving this community for over 15 years, and today I'm going to sit down with their owner, learn more about their services, and when it's best to give them a call. Let's do it. Joining me now is Robert Bookter, who is the owner and attorney here at Bookter Sinak. Hello.
Hi, Jessica.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good.
Very nice to meet you.
You as well. I'm really excited to learn more about your law firm and just really the way that you have been supporting this community for so long. So first off, you're about to hit 16 years. Congratulations.
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, how does that feel?
It's awesome. So we've been practicing here in Fort Wayne for about 16 years. I've been a lawyer for about 22 years.
Wow.
We are a boutique law firm and we specialize in serious injuries and accidents. That's all we do, day in and day out. We fight the insurance company. We're very aggressive in what we do in building up our cases and prosecuting them to maximize the recovery for our clients.
Yeah, I love that, because we need someone to fight for us, especially because accidents happen and it's so unexpected. So kind of share with us a little bit of the types of accidents that people may encounter where they would need your services.
So we handle everything from auto accidents to motorcycle accidents to semi-truck accidents, boating accidents, essentially any type of negligence that results in injury we handle. We focus on serious injuries, so wrongful death claims, product liability claims, where there's a product that's defective that results in amputation or serious injury to somebody. We handle all of those types of claims.
Yeah, and I think about just so much that happens at a job, for example,
Yes.
like slip and falls and things like that. And so at what point does someone really decide that they need to seek you out for services throughout that accident process?
Well, it depends on the severity of the accident. And so if you're in a serious injury situation where you've been seriously injured, for example, in a car accident or a trucking accident, it's always best that you have counsel representing you from the very beginning. One of the most important aspects of our representation in the beginning is preserving the evidence. I don't know how many times the at-fault driver will admit liability, apologize for the accident, and then when we cannot get the case resolved with the insurance company and we have to file a lawsuit, all of a sudden they're denying liability. But if we do our job in preserving the evidence, doing an inspection of the vehicles, an inspection at the scene, hiring accident reconstructionists if necessary, we will build up that case so that we have the evidence to prove in front of the jury if the case needs to go that far.
Wow. So what it sounds like is as soon as the accident happened, to contact you.
Yes.
First call.
And the other thing that's always good to do is, if you're able, if you're not, sometimes you're incapacitated at the scene of an accident, and so obviously the most important thing is your well-being. You want to seek medical treatment, call 911, but if you're able to, again, you want to take photographs of the property damage, you want to take photographs of the scene of the collision, of the parties involved, of the license plates, the property damage both inside and outside. And again, that's just so that we can preserve the evidence on the claim. And then the next step would be to call me, and then I'll go to bat for you and seek to preserve any evidence in the at-fault driver's vehicle, for example. We will seek to preserve the black box data, which is very important. That can tell speed and whether the person tried to avoid the accident, steer left or steer right, whether they applied the brakes and things of that nature.
Yeah, and I know a characteristic of your business, as you said, is being aggressive. Why is it so important to fight so hard on behalf of your client?
Because the insurance companies love to nickel and dime injured clients. That's their goal, is to pay you the least amount of money on the claim. Our goal is to maximize your recovery, to make you a fair recovery. We only seek what's fair.
Yeah.
The insurance company, however, they seek to try to deny, delay, and defend claims to minimize their exposure on the case.
Right.
I'm a former insurance defense lawyer, and that's one of the great attributes that I have is that I used to work for insurance companies, and so I know how they treat people.
Interesting, yeah.
And I know how they, and their strategies that they use to delay, deny, and defend claims. I use all of that to my advantage to aggressively prosecute the case on behalf of our clients to maximize their recoveries.
Wow, I love that. That's a nice crossover nugget and specialty that you
Yes.
bring. So what would you say would be a big misconception that sometimes people have when it comes to dealing with a personal injury attorney?
Well, everybody says that we're ambulance chasers.
Okay.
And I'm not. I don't chase any ambulances. Our clients, the majority of clients that we have are from past referrals from very happy clients that we've successfully represented and fought for. And we pride ourselves on that. I do a lot of advertising on TV, on billboards, on social media, but the biggest source of our clientele comes from past clients who were very happy with our services and understood that we were there really and truly to fight for them all along the way to obtain them the best recovery possible.
Yeah.
And so that would probably be the biggest misconception, is that we're out there chasing ambulances and we're just here to make a quick dollar. We represent people that have been wronged, that are victims, that have been seriously injured, and their lives, a lot of times in those instances, have changed forever. They'll have a disability, they'll lose their job, they won't be able to work, they won't be able to provide for their families. And so we step in and we fight for them to recover those elements of damages that they lost due to somebody else's negligence.
Yeah, and one way I can tell that you really do care about your clients is how your policy is set up when it comes to, they don't pay until they win, right?
That's absolutely right.
Yeah.
Our fee is strictly based on if we win. And so if we do not make you recovery, you owe us absolutely nothing. We advance all the costs associated with the case. And so costs to filing fee to get into court, we pay. Deposition costs we advance. Any experts that we believe are necessary to maximize the recovery, we'll retain those experts. And some experts can be very expensive. Engineering experts, medical experts, accident reconstructionists. A lot of times those bills will run into the tens of thousands of dollars. And we will advance all of those costs, and unless we make a recovery for the client, they would owe us absolutely nothing.
Wow. That's great. And so I think something that's really important for people to remember is that they have to kind of be proactive in this relationship with you, right? So basically, like, save your number in their phone, because the last thing anyone wants to do is when an accident happened, try to search and find, you. So save your number and then call you first, right?
And I have a very easy number to remember, 420-HURT.
Okay.
4878 420-HURT.
Yeah.
And so if you just dial that number, we're here for you. We'll be there for any potential clients. Our office phones are answered 24/7. And I get that call. I've taken calls at 3 a.m. in the morning, for example, in a bad trucking accident where I had to, at 3 a.m., get on the phone with my accident reconstructionist and dispatch him to the scene of a horrific accident. And so we take calls all day long, and we're always there for our clients.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Robert. It was
My
a pleasure.
My pleasure. Very nice to meet you.
And if you would like more information about Bookter and Sinak, we'll have their website listed below, and I'll see you after the break.
This segment sponsored by Bookter Sinak.